All right, so I'm throwing my hat in the ring here. Typically stuff that I don't really like partake in. And when it comes to Nikke, I like to focus strictly on the gameplay as well as the character skills and capabilities. But honestly, this is a little bit of, I guess, a bigger problem. Simply because of the fact that this is in regards to Mihara, the new overspec character's gacha skin. So now, in terms of why this is an issue, if we go over here, now this is just, I just typed in Nikke, price of a paid gacha skin. We can see here, like from multiple people, an average spent of about $60, and essentially it's like a roulette. Eventually you do get the skin, but you have to pay a grand total of $60. That might be more or less depending on whatever country you're in, but 60 USD for a skin for a character that, you know, people want to get. And with this being the preview for the new bonding chain Mihara overspec character, you know, people want this because of the certain, you know, direction the character is facing as the lobby screen, right? But what people are actually end up getting is this image right here of Mihara. Now, personally, I like this image. However, the problem here is that this is the image that was advertised, and when you go and select, like, you know, your lobby screen, this is the one that pops up. But when you actually, like I said, when you actually implement said skin on your lobby screen, this is the image that you get. So there's definitely a problem here. And you can honestly say it is false advertising because of the fact that, like I said, the preview is this, and then what you actually get is this. It does not revert back to like a back shot, right? I mean, like, essentially that's what it is. You're not getting that at all. Now, they need to either change this image or they need to input that back shot into this for your lobby screen. And the fact that people are paying upwards of like $50, maybe $60, and this is what they're getting when the actual lobby screen itself is something else, is a huge issue. And honestly, Shift Up need to address this, whether that be that they give everybody like advanced ticket vouchers, I don't know, or if they refund the individuals who actually spent money on the paid gacha. Now, this was the first time I actually spent a little bit of money on the paid gacha. Not $60, right? I only did like $7, right? For just additional pulls, I managed to get additional 10 recruit vouchers. That's the only thing I was really wanting for. Personally, I don't really care for the paid gachas, except maybe the Modernia one. I really wanted that one, but you know, we didn't get it. But this is definitely a problem because of the fact that you're essentially paying $60 for what used to be a brand new game, now $70. I mean, it's a whole separate issue, but you know, you get the point, right? You're essentially paying a brand new game price for a skin with the advertisement being completely wrong. So this needs to change. Like, first and foremost, that needs to change. These images need to be corrected. The second problem is that the people who are spending the $60 for the actual skin, they need to be reimbursed, or they need to be given an additional something because of the fact that you're essentially lying to them like what you're paying for. And that is a major issue. Now, I know typically, like, the first instance that comes to my mind when something like this has happened was years ago, back when Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle, I think it was the first Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black was released. I remember Tech Super Saiyan 3 Broly, his Dokkan Awakened image was on the banner, and the characters that they advertised are the non-Dokkan Awakened versions images, right? And so that was a huge thing. Everybody who spent money, no matter what like amount of dragon stones you spent, like it's 50 per a multi, there were people who spent like 3,000 on that particular banner, and guess what? They got all those dragon stones back, and whatever character you pulled. Like, they just reimbursed. Now, that's Japanese etiquette, because they have strict guidelines on their gacha rules for their country. So, and like, you could be playing in a separate country, you could be having the Japanese version on your phone or whatever, like I did personally, and I got like, I think it was like 250 stones back. But again, that's Japan. This is a separate problem, separate country, but this definitely needs to be addressed by Shift Up, whether that be a tweet about like, hey, we acknowledge we messed up, we are preparing, you know, like a sorry gift for people who spent on the gacha skin or whatever. This needs to be addressed. And given the fact that it is Shift Up, I really hope, I'm kind of expecting, but I hope that they do something because they have a good track record when it comes to that kind of stuff. But yeah, this definitely needs to be addressed and fixed.